Welcome to the channel. This is Top Educator. Today I am back with a new video, that is Life Processes Part 2. We are going to discuss today about digestion. In the previous part we discussed about nutrition in unicellular and multicellular organisms. So in this video we are going to discuss about digestive system in humans. I will explain you with the excellent concept mind map. So let's start. So before going to the concept, we need to know what is an alimentary canal. So as you can observe here, this is the mouth part of the body. Here, this part is also called buccal cavity. In the Holozoic nutrition, we studied about 5 biological processes. The first one was ingestion, that was intake of food. So how do we intake the food? That part is called buccal cavity. So as food enters through buccal cavity, it passes through a tube-like structure. This tube-like structure is also called esophagus. This is about 25 centimeter, and after esophagus it passes through a large sac-like structure. This is like J-shaped. This is called stomach. Now after passing through stomach, it enters through a coiled shaped, you can observe here, a coiled shaped structure. This is called as small intestine. Now after passing through small intestine, the food passes through finally into a large intestine. Now after passing through large intestine, the food excretes out of the body through anus, that is anal sphincter. So how we can define a alimentary canal? It is a tube which starts from the buccal cavity and ends through anal sphincter. This is called alimentary canal. Now let's start with the concept mind map. Digestive system in humans. So as we know that there is an ingestion process, that is the food starts in mouth. Now as food starts in mouth, it enters through mainly two parts, that is teeth and tongue. And here the main part that plays as in softening and chewing of food is teeth. It helps in tearing and chopping of the food and breaks down and allows easy movement of food into the esophagus. Now after passing as in mouth, it is also aided by salivary glands. What are these glands? The glands are those which secrete enzymes. So it secretes salivary amylase, which contains saliva. That means it is an enzyme. What is the function of this enzyme? Its function is to break down the food. It will break down the food into simpler molecules. That is, it breaks down starch into sugar, maltose. It acts as a biocatalyst. Now after passing through mouth, then it moves through a tube-like structure. Tube-like structure is also called, that is esophagus, that we have discussed later. Now esophagus, after passing through esophagus, here where is esophagus located? Esophagus is located in the throat region, that is near trachea. After passing through esophagus, now as we know that esophagus is located in the throat region, right? So let us assume it as a buccal cavity. Now as food enters through buccal cavity, then here we already know that there is also a pipe that is called as windpipe. from here the air enters through it, and windpipe also joins a pipe called as food pipe. This food pipe is also called as esophagus. These both join at a point. This point is supported by a part called epiglottis. When food enters through mouth, then it will not allow the food to go into windpipe. This is the function of epiglottis. Now, epiglottis functions as preventing the choking. Now, next, as we already studied that it is a tube-like structure which connects buccal cavity and stomach. There is also a movement which we have to study, which can be answered in many questions. Now, in esophagus, how food takes movement. Now, let us assume this as a esophagus. As it is a esophagus, when food enters, now as food enters through it, there will be expansion of this esophagus. That means there will be relaxation of this esophagus, and here in this part there will be contraction. In the similar way, the food passes in the many contraction and relaxation. This movement is called as peristaltic movement. This movement is called as peristaltic movement. Now, from this we can say that it is a involuntary muscle contraction and relaxation. It is a involuntary movement. Now, how after passing through esophagus, then it enters through a sac-like structure that is called as stomach. That is called as stomach. Now, as food enters through stomach, it is passed by many glands, many enzymes, acids. So let us study about them. Now, in stomach there is a gland called gastric glands. These glands releases gastric juice. Now, gastric juice contains enzymes as well as acids. What are these enzymes and what are these acids? Let us study. Now, which acid does it contains? It contains HCl. What is the function of this HCl? It functions as to kill germs, and it prevents entering of bacteria, and it will acidify the food. It will mix with the food and form chyme. And what is the function of enzymes? As we know that HCl will acidify the food. After acidifying, the one enzyme that is pepsin that gets activated, and other that is renin also get activated later. These both enzymes act as protein digesting enzymes. So after this, it mixes with the food and forms chyme, that is small pieces of food. Now, as we know that there is HCl, so there should be a question that doesn't the stomach get degraded? So how to prevent that? We also have a part called as mucus. This mucus, what is the function of this mucus? It will function to prevent from degradation. That means it prevents from damage of these stomach walls. So next, after entering through stomach, it will enter through a part called small intestine. How do we define a small intestine? It is a 21-foot coiled tube where majority of digestion takes place. It is the major part of digestion. There are mainly three parts in small intestine: duodenum, jejunum and ileum. We don't need to study about them. Before the food enters through small intestine, it is acted by many secretions of enzymes and bile juice, pancreatic juice. So let us study about them. This help in digestion. So what are the secretion? First one is bile juice. What is bile juice? It is produced by liver. So as we know that there is a large part in the body that is liver, it will secrete bile. What is the function of bile? It will maintain blood sugar level in the body. And as we know that gallbladder is also part of liver. So as enormous amount of bile is secreted, then excess amount is stored in gallbladder. What is the function of bile? It breaks large amount of fat globules to small globules, and also a function that is it filters poisonous waste which enters through food in our body. Another secretion that is aided by is pancreas. It secretes pancreatic juice. What is the function of pancreatic juice? It contains several enzymes. Now, what are these enzymes? These are trypsin and lipase. Trypsin. What is trypsin? It is a protein digesting enzyme. This trypsin, it will digest the proteins, and how proteins are converted later. These proteins are converted later into amino acids and peptides. What are these converted? Amino acids and peptides. Now, lipase. Another enzyme is lipase. It will emulsify the fats. That means it will help in digestion of fats. So another function of pancreatic juice, that is alkaline the food. As we know that in stomach the food gets acidified, so it has to be alkaline. So the function of pancreatic juice is this. After passing through after function of pancreatic juice and bile juice, the food enters through small intestine. There will be several coiled structures. Now, in the inner lining of small intestine, there are numerous finger-like projections. These projections are called villi. What are these villi? This will help in the increase in surface area for absorption. That means if the food is, I will show you. Assume it as a small intestine. Now, as food passes through it, it is several large and coiled shape. So here are villi. These are somewhat finger-like projections. As food passes through it, you can observe here that the surface area will be increased. There will be numerous projections, one by one. So when food passes through it, then there will be much amount of absorption in the food. What are these absorbed? These absorbs the undigested food, and whatever the minerals and whatever the nutrients are unabsorbed, these are absorbed here. And where it is sent, these are connected through blood vessels. What are these blood vessels? These blood vessels carries number of nutrients, minerals, water, blood to different parts of cells. So now next, after passing through small intestine, then it is passed through the final part, that is large intestine. This final part is called large intestine. Now, as we know that large intestine is also called coelom. Now, what is the main function of large intestine? The main function of large intestine is it will remove water from undigested matter. As we have already seen that it is a big part. what is the function of this part? It will absorb the water which is undigested. That means it will absorb the undigested water content from the food, and it releases through a part called, that is, anus. This part is called as anus. And how it is excited? By a anal sphincter. It is excited by anal sphincter. So friends, I will show you with the animation. You can observe here. The food is passing through esophagus. It is esophagus, and you can observe here there is relaxation, and downside it is contraction. This is called a peristaltic movement. This is called peristaltic movement. And you can observe here, this is an involuntary movement also. There is a rhythmic contraction and relaxation. So how we can define peristaltic movement? The rhythmic contraction and relaxation of food through esophagus is called peristaltic movement. After passing through esophagus, it passes through a large sac-like structure. This sac-like structure is called stomach. Now you can observe here, stomach. There is a fluid filled. It is gastric juice. Here it contains many enzymes, acid, that is HCl, and here is mucus present. It will help the stomach walls from degradation. Now after passing through stomach, then it enters through a large coiled part, that is, you can observe here, it is a coiled part. This is small intestine. Don't see that. First you can see this. It is a large coiled part about 21 foot. It is ileum, it is jejunum, it is ileum, it is jejunum, and it is duodenum. Now after passing through small intestine, there will be numerous finger-like projections. We have studied that are villi. What is the function of this villi? You may get a question in the exams. So what is the function of this villi? So as food passes through this small intestine, there are numerous finger-like projections. These projections are called villi. What is the function of this villi? It will increase the surface area for absorption, and these are supplied by blood vessels. So as food passes through them, then the undigested and nutrients and minerals are absorbed and sent through blood vessels to every part of cells. Now next part, that is, you can observe here, this is large intestine. Now as food is passing through large intestine and getting out, this part, what is the function of this part, large intestine? It removes water from undigested matters. Whatever the undigested food is present, that food passes through large intestine and it passes out, and in this form the water is absorbed and released out. Friends, finally we have completed this session, that is digestive system in humans. In the next part I will be discussing with a new topic. Till then, subscribe my channel and press the bell icon to get new notifications of new videos. And you can download this mind map. Don't forget this. You can get every content in this mind map itself. Don't search anywhere. Thank you.